let's jump now to today. Today,
Okay.
everybody can they can see videos of you on their phone. They can listen to any of your music. You got it at YouTube. You got it at Bandcamp. There's this whole thing where now you, instead of showing up on a stage, maybe you show up in their phone, and you have to
Mhm.
compete with Taylor Swift. And here we are. We're bringing you to Garberville. You'll be here, huh?
I don't compete with Taylor Swift. She might
No,
compete with. She
I
probably.
mean, you
I'll
got
bet she competes with me. Let me see what Jim Page is up to, and I'm going to do him one
yeah.
better. That's what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. No, what I mean is that people spend so much of their time in mediated reality. And if this whole folk movement thing was about people coming together in proximity to go to rallies and to fight the draft and take care of the racism and take care of people who have been just had their lives destroyed.
Well, politics is personal. I mean, it is. Eventually, whether you like it or not, like back in the '60s, they said, how did they say it? Personal is political. Personal is something like that, and it became kind of a buzzword, and everybody got sick of it. But it's actually true. I mean, politics is very personal. Merle Haggard got famous amongst those of us that don't or didn't listen to country music for Okie from Muskogee, which became like this right wing anthem. We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. He was a pot smoker.
They do now. I know,
but he was a pot smoker. I mean, they were smoking pot on the tour bus when they wrote the song. He wasn't writing about himself. He was writing about these other people. That I mean, and he was right in the song that the media was basically ignoring, giving all the attention to the hippies and stuff. So he was right. He was right about that. The Grateful Dead actually covered it in '69. I think it was '69. It was in their set list for a while there. It's kind of interesting, but he is not what people thought he was because of that song. And shortly after the success of that, because that it catapulted him to a major figure, he wrote a song called Irma Jackson, and Irma Jackson is a song about a biracial love affair, where he, the singer, is in love. A black woman. Irma Jackson is a black woman, but they can't be together because people don't understand, and so on around there. And yeah, it's a great song. And his record company wouldn't let him release it because he would lose a percentage of his fan base.
wow.
And there's now people are more interesting than they appear to be on this. There's a YouTube you can watch of a song called "The Farmer's Daughter," which is also it's Merle Haggard, and the band is in great form. I think it's live in Austin, something like that, and he is singing in the person of an elder farmer who, of course, lives in a small town with a little chapel that's almost fallen down, all that kind of usual stuff. And then he talks about, as the farmer, he talks about his daughter is, what am I going to do? She's going to bring this young man over that's, and then he sings, his hair is a little longer than we're used to, but I guess I should find something else to say. His hair's a little longer than we're used to. He knew what he was doing. He knew who he was talking to, and he was trying to tell them these people aren't bad just because they've got long hair. It's interesting. He was like a secret. He was like an undercover guy going around doing these songs. It's trippy.
The day Merle Haggard died, I found a quiet place to hide. Let the songs paint pictures in my mind of a different place and time. Pictures of a broke down oil town where Dust Bowl memories abound. prison walls on either side, and a soul so deep and wide. Same train, different track. You ride away, you don't come back. One road to disappear, one song to sing it here. One jukebox for your time. You sing me yours, I'll sing you mine. In some honky-tonk saloon, somebody's always leaving soon. We all have songs that we can sing, just like the birds do in the spring. They will help us carry on. Life's hard enough without a song. Same train, different track. You ride away, you don't come back. One road to disappear, one song to sing it here. One jukebox for your time. You sing me yours, I'll sing you mine. In some honky-tonk saloon, somebody's always leaving soon. Yes, in some honky-tonk saloon, somebody's always leaving too soon. In the morning when the dream dissolves and all that you recall is that it felt so real, if it was even a dream at all. And your lover and companion still asleep inside her own one, maybe the same one you just woke up from, you just woke up from. And are there any answers? Yes, there are answers. But when you find the answers, then all the questions change. Who demand to know the answers to it all, like why they don't fly off the planet and why the sky doesn't fall. And they have the right to ask, of course, and someone will reply. For each and every answer there's a question standing by, a question standing by. And are there any answers? Yes, there are answers. But when you find the answers, then all the questions change. Question my integrity and question my desire, like I question your intentions as you step into the fire. It's all open to investigation, nothing is secure. We may invest in our predictions, oh, but how can we be sure? How can we be sure? what your name was, and I asked you where you're from, and you asked me where I lived and was I with someone. And I asked if you like movies, would you like to see one now? And you said, why don't we go walking, we'll find a way somehow. And our walking went for miles, and the miles went on for days, through all the contradictions of a million different ways, until we reached our destination where the distance disappears, and we are still together after all these years, all these years. And are there any answers? Yes, there are answers, but when you find the answers, then all the questions change. Are there any answers? Yes, there are answers, but when you find the answers, then all the questions change.